Hi guys, I hope you're well. I'm in New Jersey, still sheltering in place, but I keep changing places, so I don't really have a lot to say about that, but this is going to be a full body flow for all levels, so let's get started. You'll come down onto your back with the bottoms of your feet together, knees spread wide. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Another time, inhale, fill up. Exhale out your mouth. Start to come to your natural breath, in and out through your nose. Draw your knees up and in toward your chest. Give them a squeeze. Then bump your hips a little bit to the right. Let both knees fall over to the left. Cactus your elbows. Look over your right shoulder. Big breath down into your belly. Exhale out your nose. Let it go. Soft and slow. Draw your knees up through center. Bump the hips a little left. Let the knees fall to the right and shift your gaze out over your left shoulder. Inhale all the way down. Exhale out your nose, let it go. Draw both knees back up into your chest. This time take hold of the backs of your thighs. Rock and roll a few times until you can come up. Cross your shins, roll over into a tabletop position. Spread your fingers out a little bit. Shift your shoulders around in circles. Try to keep your palms pressing flat on the mat. And then switch the direction of your circles. Make any shapes that feel good to you. Then take your shoulders right over your wrists, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, stretch your heart forward, roll the shoulders back, gaze up a little bit. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, cat pose. Inhale, open across your chest, make your spine even longer for cow. And exhale, round in, push your finger pads down into the floor, push the floor away from you for cat. One more round of each. Exhale, round in. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Move your left knee a little bit closer to the middle. Stretch your right heel back behind you with the foot flexed. Inhale, get long out your heel. Exhale, draw your knee into your chest. Round your back like cat pose. Inhale, stretch the leg back behind you. Exhale, round in. One more time like that. Inhale, kick the heel back. Exhale, round in. Hug your low belly in so much that you can step the foot up in between your hands. Yeah, untuck the back toes if they're not. Press into the front heel, rise up. Inhale. And then exhale, lower the right fingers down right next to your hip. And if you had a block, you could place it here. Start to circle the left arm up in front of your face. Reach it to the back and then around in a big circle. Two more like that. And then one more big sweep. Reach the fingers back toward your back heel. And take both sets of fingers down. Slide back into your tabletop. Inhale, stretch the left heel back behind you. Flex the foot. Exhale, round in, knee towards your chest. Keep looking forward here. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, squeeze out every last drop of breath. Hug your lowest belly into the body. One more time. Inhale, kick back, flex the foot. Exhale, round in so much that you can squeeze knee to chest. Slide your foot up in between your hands. It's okay if it gets stuck on your mat. Press down into the front heel. Inhale, rise up. And then take the left fingers down by your left hip. Start to circle the right arm up and over your face. Reach toward the back of the room. Make a big circle. Opening up the shoulder and the chest here. And one more circle around. Take both sets of fingertips down to the mat. Slide your left knee back in line with your right. Flatten out your fingers. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Try to find some stillness right away. Let your heels grow heavy down toward your mat. Stretch your hips up and back behind you and get active through your hands and your arms. So push down through the finger pads, through your knuckles. You might feel that space in the center of your palm start to lift up. And then press your shoulders down towards your ears. And let your neck relax, nod your head up and down. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Slowly tiptoe your toes all the way up to your wrists. You'll hang out in a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows if you like, or just let your body sway. And then let your arms release, bend the knees a little deeper, round, roll all the way up to standing. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, close your eyes. Feel your feet rooting down into the floor. Set an intention for your practice here if you'd like to. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, stretch the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a plank pose. Yeah. Reach your sitting bones down toward your heels and tuck your pelvis under a little bit. Push your hands down into the mat so your upper back starts to dome, and then look a few inches in front of your fingers. And take an inhale here. As you exhale, feel your belly hugging in toward your spine. And take another breath in. And then exhale, set your knees down, reach your chest forward, keep hugging the belly in, and lower the whole body down in one straight line. Untuck your toes back behind you, press the tops of the feet and all 10 toes down. Inhale, rise up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Another round like that, make the legs really active, push the feet down, firm into the quads and feel the knees lift up. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under, keep the knees on the ground, but press up in a modified plank. Then lift the hips up and back. We'll come back into our downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet. Come all the way up to standing. Stretch the arms high and up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more rounds of a sun A. Inhale, reach the arms high and up overhead, maybe a little back bend for you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the heart forward, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step to plank pose. Lower halfway to chaturanga or all the way to your belly like in the first round. Inhale, find your cobra or find upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, keep hugging the belly up and in as you let the breath go. Inhale, reach the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, lift past your hands. Hop, step, or walk your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet, stretch the arms high. Inhale. Exhale, hands into your heart. Inhale, arms reach high and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step to plank pose or float if that's what you do. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, heart reaches forward, open across the chest, press to the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right heel back behind you, rise up onto the left toes. Exhale, draw your right knee in toward your chest, step forward like we did in our cat pose earlier. Lower the back knee down again. Press down into the front heel, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, lower the fingertips down beside your hips. Start to straighten out the front leg, draw the hips back for Ardha Uttanasana, half splits. Flex into the right toes, draw them back toward your shin, and try to reach your heart toward the top of your foot. And then start to rebend into the right knee. Step that foot a little bit wider. We'll find lizard pose here, so stay up on your palms if this feels better, or come all the way down onto your forearms. And just a couple breaths here. If it feels better to you to roll to the outer edge of your right foot, get a little bit more opening into your hip, you can do that. Rise back up onto your fingertips. Heel toe the right foot back to the middle, and then you'll spin all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. You'll come into a wide-legged fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, walk your fingers back in line with your toes, fold in. Let the crown of the head release down towards the floor. It doesn't have to go there. Keep the legs nice and active and the kneecaps lifting. Inhale, rise back to your halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands back around to the front of your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the left heel back behind you. Rise up on the right toes. Exhale, step the foot up to the top of your mat. Lower the back knee down and tuck the back toes. Rise up, Anjaneyasana. Then take the fingertips down beside the hips. Draw the hips back, heart forward, flex into the front foot. Straighten out the front leg. Rebend the front knee. Walk that foot a little wider. Take both hands to the inside. Find lizard pose. High up on your palms or down on your forearms. And notice any differences from side to side. Maybe roll to the outer edge of your left foot, keeping the foot flexed to protect your knee. Come up onto your hands. Walk the left foot back into the center, and then you're going to spin all 10 toes toward the other long edge of your mat. Find your wide-legged fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach your heart forward, find a little more length. And exhale, fold in. Keep the weight shifting toward the balls of your feet. Inhale, come back up to that halfway lift. Walk your hands around to the front of your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll out so your shoulders come up over your wrists or a little in front. Scoop the pelvis under so you're tucking your belly button in toward your spine, sitting bones reaching down toward your heels. Inhale, open your heart a little bit. Exhale, press your hips up and back, down dog. 2 more waves like that, a little faster. Inhale, roll out to your plank pose. Push the ground away from you, look forward. Exhale, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. 1 more round. Inhale, roll out. Exhale, press the hips up and back. Inhale, stretch the right leg back behind you. Think more about length than lifting it up. Exhale, knee in toward your chest. Look forward. Step the foot up to the top of your mat. Separate the feet a little bit out to the sides and spin your back heel down. Rise up for warrior 1. Arms come up by your ears. Keep the deep bend in your front knee. Yeah. And then think about connecting your hip bones up toward your bottom ribs. Yeah, so you're engaged through your core. Your pelvis isn't tilting forward or back. It's going straight up, so torso perpendicular to the floor. And then start to straighten out your front leg. Bring your hands down to your hips so you can feel where your pelvis is located in space. And then on an inhale, start to reach your chest forward. Keep this front leg nice and active. You're pushing the ball of your front foot down into the floor. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, lower down, keep the belly hugging in. Exhale, push into the front leg to lift you back up. And hopefully you're feeling a pretty active hamstring stretch here. Exhale, press down. Yeah. Then we'll take it into a pyramid pose so you can bring your fingers down to frame the front foot, or if you like, you can grab hold of your opposite forearms behind your back. And think about reaching your nose down toward your big toe more than toward your knee. Keep plugging the right hip back and in. Then let the hands come down to frame your front foot. Rebend into your front knee. Step back to plank or downward facing dog. Take it through a vinyasa here if you like. Inhale, take the left heel up and back. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Look forward, step forward. Separate the feet a little bit. Spin your back heel down. Rise up, warrior 1 on this side. Yeah. Glue the whole back foot down into your mat. Keep a deep bend into your front knee. Press down through that front heel. And then take your hands down into your pelvis. Just make sure you're not hinging too far forward. You're not leaning back. Your torso is pretty straight up. Straighten out your front leg. Lift up the front kneecap so you know your quad is engaged. Push down through the ball of your front foot. Inhale, come about halfway down. Exhale, push into the front leg, lift up. Belly's hugging in, ribs are hugging in. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. One more round. Exhale lifts you back up. Then you might grab hold of opposite forearms behind your back. Keep your hands on your hips, or fingers can come down. Find your version of pyramid pose and try to keep your hips square to the front of your mat. So keep plugging the left hip back and in toward its socket. Lengthen your nose down toward the top of your foot. And then rebend into your front knee. Place your hands on the ground, step to down dog or to plank. Lower halfway or all the way if you're taking your flow. Inhale, find cobra or upward dog. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. We'll add on to that a little bit. Inhale, stretch the right heel up and back. Exhale, step the foot up to the top of your mat. Spin the back heel down, separate your feet if you like to. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to your hips, straighten out the front leg. Inhale, lower halfway. Right leg is active. Exhale, lift back up. Fingers come down this time for everybody. Find your pyramid pose, lift halfway. Exhale, find a deeper fold. And then rebend into your front knee, lift the back heel up off the mat. Left hand stays down, right arm spins open towards the sky. Twisted low lunge. And then start to spin onto the outer edge of your back foot. Keep your right foot where it is and spin the toes out for the supported version, or step your right foot back to meet your left or stack on top of it for a side plank. Inhale, lift your hips high. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Find a vinyasa or press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the left heel back. Exhale, step the foot up to the top of your mat. Spin the back foot flat, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, straighten out your front leg, hands to your hips. Inhale, lower halfway, hips reach back like someone's grabbing hold of them, reaching them back. Exhale, press up. Frame your front foot with your fingertips. Bend into the front knee, lift your back heel up. Right hand stays down, left arm spins open, twisted lunge. And then keep your right hand where it is, right under the shoulder. Spin onto the outer edge of your right foot. Spin the left toes out to the long side of your mat, or stack your feet or stagger them. Find your version of a side plank. Inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale, lower through your vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Take an inhale here all together. Exhale, let it go. Then inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Bring your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You'll start to sit your hips low. Bring the big toes together to touch, heels a little bit apart. Find your chair pose. Yeah, set more weight back into your heels. Maybe wiggle the toes a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, sit lower. Start to shift more weight into your right foot. Flamingo your left foot a little bit, or just dance the toes away from the mat. Yeah. And then on an inhale, rise up, draw your left knee into your chest, straighten your front leg. Start to rotate the left knee out to the left side. You'll step back as far as you can into your warrior two stance. So deep bend into the right knee, make sure the knee stacks over the ankle. Left toes pointing up at a little bit of an angle in the back. Take your arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, come into a side angle. Bring your right elbow down onto your thigh. Really light in the right arm. Stretch your left arm up and over your ear. Inhale, come back, reverse your warrior. Stretch the right fingers high. Exhale, side angle. Once more. Inhale, reverse. Keep the deep bend in your front knee. Exhale, find your side angle. Then take your left arm straight up towards the sky. Start to straighten out your right leg. We'll find Uttanasana. You'll gently rest your right fingers down on your shin. You could take them to your ankle or your foot, or even to the mat on the outside of your foot. Spin the left shoulder open. Reach the left fingers up towards the sky. And roll the right shoulder back. Keep the right leg nice and active. Lift up through the kneecap. Yeah. And then choose to stay here or make your way into Halfmoon Pose. You'll rebend into the front knee. Shift your fingers a little bit forward and bring weight into the right foot. Inhale, open up across your chest. Exhale, hold it here. Then step your left foot way, way back. We'll come back to meet in triangle. And then press into both feet, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, spin the hands down to the mat. Step back through your vinyasa if you like. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Bring your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sit the hips low, stretch the arms high, back to Uttanasana, to your chair pose. Sit weight back into your heels. Look down, make sure you can see your toes wiggle. Inhale, hug the lowest ribs into the body. Exhale, sit lower. Start to lift your right heel off the floor, maybe the toes too, maybe a little flamingo dancer. Inhale, rise up, right knee to your chest, straighten out your left leg. Then step the right foot way, way back. Yeah, find your warrior two here. Arms parallel to the ground, gaze out over your front fingers, deep bend into your left knee. Quick check back at your back foot, make sure the toes are pointing up a little bit. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, rest your elbow really gently on your thigh. Right arm comes up and over. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, back to your side angle. One more time through each one, moving with your breath. And then take your right hand straight up towards the ceiling. Straighten out your front leg. Gently rest your left hand wherever it falls. It may come down to the floor, might be on your shin or ankle. Spin your gaze to look up at your top thumb. Keep the legs nice and active. Belly hugging in and the crown of the head reaching up toward the top of your mat. Stay here if you choose, or look down. Start to shift into your Halfmoon Pose, walking the left fingers forward. They're gonna sit right underneath your shoulder. You shift the weight into your left leg. It's okay to bend that leg, but keep your right leg as straight as you can. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward, low belly hugs in, and the outer hip on your left leg is hugging in. One more breath here. And exhale, step all the way back. We'll meet in triangle pose. Press down through both feet, come up to standing, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, spin the hands down. Step back to plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, open up, heart opener of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take an inhale here. On your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Hop your feet about halfway up your mat. Cross your feet, come down into a seat. We'll set up for Shavasana, our boat pose. Grab hold of the backs of your thighs. Shins come up parallel to the floor, or you can straighten out the legs, whatever's comfortable for you. Reach your fingers forward. And then on your inhale, we'll open up into a low boat. Feel your lower back pressing down into the floor and dome your upper back almost like plank pose. Hug your low belly in. Exhale, lift up into your boat pose. Inhale, open down into half boat. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, open. Exhale, close up your boat. Two more like that. Inhale, open up. Exhale to lift up. This one we're gonna hold. Inhale, lower down halfway. Try to hug your lowest belly in so you don't see a lot of your belly puffing up towards the sky. And then lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bring the hands together like pistol fingers. Reach them over to the right. Yeah. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, we're gonna pulse it 10 times. So exhale, lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, switch the legs, take the hands up through center to the other side. 10, 9, lift your shoulders up. 8, 7, keep the legs as straight as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs up to meet, and then reach both fingers up towards your toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more thing, set your hands down underneath your butt. On an inhale, lower your legs halfway or all the way down. Exhale, lift them back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. 8 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. 7. Keep that lower belly hugging in. We got 6. Exhale as you lift. Last 5. 4. And 3 more to go. You got this. Almost done. Last 2. And 1 more. Lower down. Lift back up. Hug your knees in. Give a little rock from side to side. And place your feet down right in front of your hips. So knees are hips distance, feet are hips distance. You can reach down with your fingers and touch your heels, the backs of your heels. Press your hands down. Inhale, lift up, easy bridge pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lower down. Keep lifting and lowering like this. If you want to add in an extra challenge, next time you lift up, you'll take the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, set the hips down. 3 more. Point into your left toe. Try to keep the hips in line with each other. Last 2. And lower both hips at the same time. 1 more. Exhale, lower down. Switch out the legs. Press the hips up. Right leg points to the sky. Lower the hips down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 4. Lower down for 3. Set the hips down. Last 2. Try to touch the sky with your toe. And 1 more. Lift the hips. Exhale, set it down. Set both feet on the mat. Step them really wide. Windshield wiper a couple times, side to side. And then grab hold of the backs of your thighs. Start to rock up and down the length of your mat. Maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times, until you get enough momentum to lift yourself back up into our chair pose, Uttanasana. Bring the feet together to touch. Yeah. Inhale, stretch from your fingertips out to your sitting bones. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Twist it over to the right. Yeah. Try to sit your hips down lower than your heart. And make sure your knees are about in line with each other. Open up across your chest. You have some options here. You can extend, spread your wings. If you like to take side crow, you can set your hands up next to your feet on your mat. Start to shift weight over into your hands. Try to keep the right elbow free. And then maybe the feet float off the mat. Inhale here. And exhale, set the feet down. Inhale, rise back up to your chair. Exhale, twist over other side. And set the hips down nice and low. Pick your variation. Spread your wings if you want. Whatever you did on the first side, do it on the second side unless you have an injury. Maybe the feet come up off the mat if you want to fly today. Inhale. Exhale, set the feet down. We'll meet in a forward fold in Uttanasana. Set the feet hips width apart. And slide your hands underneath your feet with the fingers pointing back toward the heels. Inhale, shake out your head. Exhale, flutter your lips, let it go. Release the hands from underneath your feet. Let your spine round, roll up to standing. Nice and easy. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Exhale, one final vinyasa if you want it. When we come to meet in downward facing dog, you'll inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop through to a seat. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Bend into your right knee, draw it up in toward your chest, and then let the knee open to the outside. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your straight leg. Inhale, rise up. Slide the left hand onto your right thigh. Reach the right arm up and over for a side body stretch. Inhale here. Exhale as you fold. Take the right hand all the way back behind your right hip. Push down into that hand and your right shin. Lift the hips up. Left arm stretches up and over. Exhale, set the hips down. Switch out the legs, right leg straight. Then your left knee in and let it fall out to the side. Inhale, ground the sitting bones. Exhale, fold over your straight leg. Next breath in lifts you up. Take your right hand onto your left thigh. Reach your left arm up and over. Then bring the left hand back behind your left hip. Push that palm down, push the shin down, lift the hips up, sweep your right arm up and over. On your exhale, sit your hips back down. Extend both legs out in front of you. Flex into the feet. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold in. Use an inhale to rise and an exhale to lower all the way down onto your back. Hug the right knee into your chest and keep the left knee bent with that foot on the floor. We'll take a reclined pigeon. You'll cross your right ankle over your left knee, flex the right toes. Reach down, grab hold of the left thigh. And if you need extra here, you can cradle the right leg in your elbow, or both of your elbows, and if you like to, you can straighten out the left leg. My hips are pretty tight, so that doesn't always work for me, but you take it if you need it. As you're ready, we'll release the foot, unwind the legs. And this time the left ankle will cross over. Just make sure to keep flexing into the left foot. Reach down for the right thigh or the right shin. Maybe you tuck the left foot into your right elbow, wrap the left elbow around. You could straighten out the right leg. This side is usually a little more open for me. And you may find that one of your sides is a lot different from the other. And you just notice. And come back through center, uncross the legs. Draw both knees up and in toward your chest. Give yourself a hug or find happy baby here. As you're ready, you'll straighten yourself out into Shavasana. Let the legs go long, let the arms rest face up by your sides. Feel the eyes fall closed. Get any wiggles out that you need to get comfortable so that you can fully allow yourself to drop in and enjoy your final resting pose.
Stay for as long as you need to in your Shavasana and take your time coming out of it when you feel ready. Thank you very much for watching this video and for practicing with me. I'm so happy to have you here wherever in the world you may be or wherever I end up. Thank you for being here. Namaste.